Hello friends, welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today we're going to be designing a line vertical planner layout for Valentine's Day week in my health and fitness planner. So come play with me. And I've got these Sharpie markers here ready to go, along with some washi tape I may use, this set of stat stickers I made on my computer, along with some vinyl sticker paper, some high percentage alcohol, these Happy Planner sticker books, and this Planty Things sticker book, which I'll pull from. So the first thing I want to do here is create some stickers using alcohol and Sharpie markers. This is a little bit of a alcohol ink technique. And I tried some out, tried to figure out a good way to make it happen. The best way that I found is to put a little bit of ink down onto the sticker paper and then drop a bit of alcohol right on top of it, let it kind of dissolve. I keep picking it up to dry it with my mouth. And then as things dry out, you can add a little bit more of the alcohol with the ink from the brush to create a little bit more of that rosette look with the lines. Now, I know there's different techniques for doing this. A lot of people will use a heat gun and kind of move the alcohol around. I'm not that sophisticated yet with alcohol inks, so this technique worked pretty well, and I did find that it didn't overwork the ink using it this way, where I was keeping the alcohol in the brush and using that to manipulate the sticker. So like I said, this is just on some clear vinyl paper, so I'm going to hand cut these out and use those as background images. It's just an idea I had. I did see somebody do a really pretty Rosette alcohol ink card overlay thing on another channel a while back, and I just thought that would be perfect for Valentine's Day week. So put that idea in the back of my mind, and we are going to try it out for this week's spread. One of the great things about this too is that you can really customize the stickers to meet your needs. So if you need a big cluster of stickers, then you can make them. You don't have to rely upon something that you can buy from the store. You can really just customize these to the size and specifications that you need. I'm also going to pull in some quotes here from this Planty Things sticker book. This is one of her newer sticker books. I think it's called Botanical Fusion. I really like these scripty quotes that are in the back. I feel like it has a really elegant look to it. So we'll pull in a couple of those. I'm also thinking to use these heart stickers from the old school Happy Planner journaling sticker book. Now I'm going to go ahead and prep those by coloring the outline here with a little bit of Sharpie. It's very hard to manipulate these wider Sharpies in some of the finer areas of these stickers, so I don't know if I was in love with that, but we'll see how they work out. Now let's go ahead and just start laying in these little rosette groupings I made and figure out where they might live on the spread. If you're new to my channel, my health planner is very functional. There's a lot of information that I like to track on my weekly, including my stats that you can see there on the side. I also will put a food log in here and a workout tracker. So those main things really need to have space pretty much on every day. They do take up, I would say, 3/4 of the day most of the time. So I'm definitely being strategic with my decor, making sure that I'll have enough room for all of those things. And since I've already pulled a couple of the quotes and then started laying in those rosette backgrounds, I realized that I just did not like the heart boxes that I was going to use from that journaling sticker book. So I did pull another book from the Happy Planner. I think this one is the Live Creatively sticker book, and thought that I could maybe use this as a backup for some pink boxes. which thankfully I did pull and ended up using instead of those hearts. I hadn't really gotten that much farther though in the pre-planning ideas, so I think I'm just going to pull in maybe some of these pink long checklist strips for tracking my food log to add a bit more color on the spread. The spread is definitely going to turn into a very pink spread. I had not envisioned it being so pink in the beginning, but as I started building it out, it really became very pink. So it's Valentine's week. I'll give it a pass, but usually I wouldn't do a full pink spread and be that happy with it, honestly. But I think this will work out for the specific Valentine's week. So now I'm just trying to collect some colorful boxes here to replace those hearts that I decided not to use. And I didn't have them all in the same size, but was able to cluster together a number of them to get the job done. And I was also even able to coordinate those boxes with whatever the checklist sticker was for that day. So they're kind of color coordinated each day. And I think that worked out pretty nicely. And I found one more pink one, just wanted to make sure that I didn't need it as opposed to what I already had on the spread. I'm going to cut this quote down just so that it fits a little bit neater into this corner. And then do a bit of rearranging, making things more randomized here on the spread so that things look nice and random, basically, just not too uniform. I do like a little bit more of an organic look when I can do it, so we're going to try for that. I'm also taking some of the script washi tape, which I would normally put on top, but because these clear alcohol stickers I made are fairly see-through and light, I think it'll be better to have the white washi with the script directly on the page and then layer over those clear stickers. So you'll still be able to see that texture of the script coming through, but it won't block the look of the pink rosettes that are on top. I'm just trying a few things, and at some point I lost track of how much I'd been filming and lost a smidgen of footage there. Sorry about that. I didn't get too far though. I basically just prepped my stat stickers and am doing a little bit of rearranging here on where things are going to be, again, to make it feel a little bit more random. I also don't work out currently on Mondays and on Saturdays, so I didn't need boxes for those days, which was really nice. It gave me a little bit more freedom to do extra decor in and around those areas. And now just trying to layer up one of these last rosettes with some of this washi tape. Also figure out where I want to put this colorful box. Again, trying to keep it fairly random and organic. I don't want anything to look too in line on this one. So things are staggered in different levels on each day. Nothing's in the same place, and I think that's going to work really nicely with this. And just going through the sticker book, see if there's anything else I want to bring in, and thought to myself, I might as well try making some hearts to go with these like floral backgrounds that I made in the same way, just so that everything kind of feels the same. And the larger hearts were a little bit easier to do with just a little bit of alcohol and more of that Sharpie on the scrap label paper. But the tiny ones, they were a little bit tougher to do because I was using a fairly large paintbrush for those. I will end up pulling those in. They just aren't, I don't think, as clean looking as the larger ones. I'll just keep making a few of those using that Sharpie marker. Again, one of the nice things about that is that you can really make whatever you need for your spread So I needed some extra texture, I felt, for the spread, and I think those hearts will really do the trick. So we're moving things over. I started with the sidebar, and then we'll just start working our way across the page here, adding things in, trimming off any excess. Normally, I would use all of the scraps, but my first couple attempts at these rosette backgrounds were not all that great, so I kept them and used them, but tried to trim off anything that was not very good looking, I guess would be the way to say that. That didn't turn out quite as I had hoped, so some of the stuff that's getting trimmed off is not really usable in another area. We'll drop these in, some of these bigger rosette elements here at the bottom so I can layer in the rest of the stickers. And just moving things over one by one. I did move over this checklist and then realized I didn't give myself enough room to put in my stat stickers, so I had to shift it up a bit, and then we can drop those in. And we'll move on over to the right page, just start adding the things in on this side. Unfortunately, I didn't find another kind of plain colorful box here that was large enough and pink, so we'll use these two smaller ones together. Who knows, maybe it will incentivize me to do more than one workout. Oh, we shall see. We'll drop in some of these other stickers. When I created these alcohol backgrounds, just some tips. Work quickly with the Sharpie marker. So draw your first one and then immediately start adding that alcohol to it before you even draw the second or third one if possible. You can go back and rework it a little bit, but not necessarily with the pen itself. It's really better to have already some ink within the paintbrush and dissolved in the alcohol and then use that to rework it. I found that when I put the pen directly onto the previously started rosette, that it tended to kind of scrape the ink up off of the label paper, and then that didn't look very good, and then trying to fix it is a nightmare. So just one time, work quick, and then rework with more alcohol on a paintbrush already saturated with alcohol. And okay, so we've gotten all the major clusters in, and now I'm just going to wing it here with these hearts that I made, just dropping those in where I feel like they'll look cute. Some of them are a little bit rougher than others, but I think it goes with the look and the feel of the spread, so we'll just place them wherever I see fit. I also need to separate out these pages and clean out the holes too, which I'll do at the very end. But for now, I'll just keep cutting out some of these hearts and adding them to the little clusters. Normally I would do a bit more whiting out of the darker lines, but I just felt like it was going to be a little bit tedious to do, specifically the way that I placed a lot of these clusters. So I'm just going to leave them as is right on the spread, fairly see-through. Hopefully that will still come through and it won't be too distracting from the look of those rosettes. And that's pretty much all we're going to do here. So let me just finish this out. Adding a variety of sizes to these clusters. And now I will trim out those holes so that I can get this guy back into my planner. And I'm just going to use my cutting mat and my precision cutter for this. My Happy Planner plunge, I just don't trust at all. So by hand is the way that I tend to clean out the holes on most of my spreads. And that'll do it, folks. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye!